connection. Okay. Okay. All right. Hello, hello. Hopefully you're not muted. 712, that's South Dakota, I think. Okay. Where's my folder with my notes in it? I'll be right back. I have my agenda. It's coming. It's coming. All right. Sorry, I kept that recording when I did that. Hello, hello, hello. It's an exciting time of the year because it's the beginning of the year and you can decide what you want to do with your business right now and have 11 and a half months to make it happen. And I really believe that people can do that. So one of the fun things that we're going to be doing this month is we are going to be doing what I call trading paychecks, which is kind of a fun thing where you decide what level you're at and what that top person made at that level, and if it's something that you want to trade paychecks and you want to have that paycheck and you're motivated by that, or maybe you want to have some recognition in your life, or maybe you want a little bit of balance and flexibility. I always come back to this is the most incredible, flexible job that you can have, other than working for me, right, Dana?
Right.
Yeah, she has a flexible job too. I always tell her that that is definitely one of her benefits, is that she gets to put her kids first. And when she calls and says, can I? And I try to always say yes, so that she has the kind of flexibility that I have. But most jobs, you know, aren't like that. They are not as flexible. So we're going to go ahead and get started with some recognition here. And I am looking something up on our website as well right now. But I did want to do a shout out to Connie Floor for her absolutely incredibly fabulous month of December. She was in, the top position again, with #1 in sales with $25,115.78. Incredible. Congratulations, Connie. You slammed it. And she had an absolutely fabulous month. Hi, Pam. And I just wanted to do a shout out to her. I'm trying to come up with really quick as I'm looking through the recognition. Okay. You're doing like the top 20, it looks like. So Michelle Whipstruck was our next highest selling director. And she had sales of, hi Karen, she had sales of $10,044.53. So congratulations, Michelle. I know she was working on her trip and finishing that up. Jackie Ingram was in the next #3 spot. Jackie had sales of $9,490. Lisa Holzerlin was #4 with $8,481. Carrie Furley, $7,545. Then next, me, $7,218.32. Sarah Gill, $6,800. Suzanne Quinn, $6,668. Congratulations. Helene Balsamo, 4,819. Katie Woods, next top selling director, 4,521. Congratulations. Those are our top 10 selling directors. And then as director teams, our top 5 teams in sales were, of course, the Hiltbrand team leading the way with $51,000. This is the personal team. We also have overall team slots, but $51,000, 411. I know my team's been excited about the booking contests we've been doing and the 12 days of Christmas, and they came back and sold a ton in December. Connie's group, 41,377. Jackie Ingram's, 23,842. Janet Moffat's team, this is a newer director team, one of our newest, and her team came in at $17,118. And then Katie Wood's team in the top 5, $14,666. Congratulations to our directors and their teams leading the way. We will have much more recognition and categories posted on our website, but I know that sometimes it feels a little like I am reading and spouting numbers at you, which I am. But, you know, people deserve the recognition, and I just want to make sure that our tops get recognized. So the next thing that I wanted to do was to recognize our top recruiters for the directors, and that was Helene Balsamo and April Tiedemann recruiting 2 apiece. In December, Jackie Ingram, Suzanne Quinn, and Carrie Furley also recruiting. For my personal team recognition, I want to spend just a few minutes on this. Our top seller was Ann Ellison with sales of $2,699. Holly Galvin with $1,983. Annette Rubino with $1,515. Benita McDeal, $732.17, and Terry Wright, $370.94. I gotta check that. I think we had a lot of people selling in December, and I think I reserve the right to edit that and get back to you. Oh, those are team leaders. Okay, that's what makes sense. Sorry, it is in color, and there's color on color, and that for some reason is hard for me to distinguish. I just thought we were doing our tops. So the top 10, Kelly Hogue, number 1 slot, 4,177, and Ellison in number 2, 26.99. Carrie Britton, 2,063. Holly Galvin, again, 1983. Jenna Keene, 1892. Sherry Ryder, 1640. Ashley Mercer, 1634. Stacy Pio, 1561. Annette Rubino, 1515. And Maureen Wortham, $1,503. Congratulations. Just wanted to do a shout out on that. We had loads of $1,000 shows, which you're going to see posted. And December came in stronger than November. That was absolutely incredible. So congratulations to all of you who are out there selling it, making it happen. And hopefully that gives you the strong bookings that you need to get off to a strong start for January, for this new year. We had a couple of recruiters, Holly Galvin won and Robin Wellens won. Congratulations. And we will also be posting and announcing the trip points and the trip achievers as home office finishes their reports, which are due in between the 13th and the 16th. You know, they originally said they were going to come in for the year-end reports on the 16th, but they were trying to get them done by the 13th for all of us so that we can do that. So just congratulations to the entire team. We had sales of 296,589.45. And that is absolutely incredible. So excited for our December and coming in strong. I believe we have 13 trip achievers. So, that is awesome. We're trending about 20% of our team earning trips. So, pretty exciting there. All right, so we are going to go ahead and get started with the meat and potatoes portion of our meeting, and that's what should be on your mind and what is important to your business as we start the new year. So you're going to find that the handouts that I'm going to be referring to are going to be on the some of them are going to be under the All-Star Atlas, and other ones are going to be posted on our Hiltbrand National Team page in the file sections. So one of the most important trainings I ever took at conference was a training by Amanda Gore, and she wrote a book called Build a Bridge and Get Over It. And she had cute little hand signs. She was very, very funny. She was from Australia, and she would do this to herself with her finger. And that's when, can't change it, can't do anything about it. I need to build a bridge and get over it. She had all kinds of funny hand signals. It was really an amazing training. But sometimes you have to put the past in the past and move forward in the future. So anything you haven't liked, like I asked Santa Claus this year for a working, functioning bridal registry with all the bells and whistles. And that's really what I wanted for Christmas, and I didn't get it. I got to build a bridge and get over it. I have got to work with what we do have and make it work, and train you guys to do that, and know that it is important to home office and it is coming in the future. But I got to do my little finger thing and build my bridge and get over it. And I think sometimes we put a period where God just put a comma. We really go into stalling mode instead of, oh, I just need to slow down and yield and maybe go a different direction. So I think that was Florence Littauer who used to say, don't put a comma, don't put a period where God put a period. She also wrote a book called Silver Linings. And so how to get through your clouds in life. So there's some really great books. I'm a reader, and I think that that's kind of an important thing to be successful, is to continually to push yourself and educate yourself in various areas. I don't just read business books. So, I just, always kind of encourage that. So, one of the most important things that I think you can do at the beginning of the year or any time of the year where you find yourself stalled is to set a goal, or go back to the goal that you originally set and figure out a way to get on track. I think the most important person to be accountable to is yourself. And nobody knows how to kick your own tail in better than you. And don't make that an Olympic sport that you're going to get a gold medal in, but figure out how to get yourself back on track and the things that work for you. And I know I've recommended this book 100 times, and it is 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself. I don't need 100 ways to motivate myself. I just need 4. I need 4 things that I can do that I know work. I know when I'm getting lazy, or when I'm watching too much TV, or if I'm making excuses not to get things done, or I'm letting the piles of great gifts in the dining room stop me from doing my host coaching. I am getting my team cards out for the new year right now, and I have some great gifts for my director team, and I just have got a lot of things going, but I still need to hostess coach my show for Friday night. I didn't get the show hostess coached in time for Saturday, and guess what? It moved to the end of the month. It wasn't my hostess's fault. It was my fault. Was I busy? Yes. Was I working? Yes. But was I choosing to do the income generating activities first? And that's a great question to ask yourself. So this book, 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself. You know, I usually like to share my 4 that work for me is put on great music. If I have on great upbeat music, I work harder, I work faster, I'm more focused. The next thing that I need to do is make a master plan. And that's a list. And I know I've said this 100 times too, the difference between men and women, okay? Men make a list as short as possible. Their get out of trouble list, okay? They put the 4 items that they absolutely have to do on this list. Then they rip it out so that it fits in their pocket. And it's teeny tiny. A woman feels compelled to get a yellow legal size notepad and cover it front to back with all the things that she needs to do. And really what we want to do is find those most important things that we need to do. But sometimes you got to clear your mind. You've got to do a brain dump. And so that's what I need to do is I need to put it all down so I realize what I need to do. And then honestly, I hide it from myself. And I make what I call my superwoman list. And that's where I start getting things done. And I start writing them down. If I fed the dog, I made the bed, I got myself ready for the day, I made breakfast, I made it to the office, I did email. I write every single thing down, and I start feeling like I can conquer anything. And then I get even more done. If I look at that great big huge list, I get depressed. And I want to walk out of the office and I don't get anything done. But if I start seeing all the things that I accomplish and I start writing them down, there's adrenaline that kicks off in my brain that allows me to just get an incredible amount of stuff done. And that's where the brain dump list really helps, is I am aware of what is the most important things that need to be done. And even though I'm not looking at that huge list, I'm starting to get to those things. And I'm getting closure and I'm getting things done. So that's number 2 of the ways that I can motivate myself. Number 3 is to go on a walk. Sometimes I just have to get my scattered energy done and taken care of, as well as to just walk in beautiful nature and clear my head and figure out what I really, really, really want. There's something about going on a walk, either with a friend or just with quiet time with myself, helps me focus on what is truly important and sort out my priorities, and that helps me move forward in the direction that I want to do. The final thing that if I haven't gotten in gear by then that I need to do is I need to phone a respected peer. And that's somebody who has walked the walk and talked the talk and can call me on my crap and has my permission to do that. And I just work through whatever it is that's keeping me from moving forward. So those are my 4 things that I can do. There's one other thing that every once in a while I need to do, and that's come up with a creative, fun way to market the business. So, you know, it's just like when you feel like you have something really exciting to offer and you are in love with a recipe, or you think your tablecloth is the cutest thing on this planet, whatever it is that's going to work for you, that you're going to be able to talk about the business at that vendor event that you have set up, or you're talking about recruiting at your shows, or you're getting team members on your team excited that they can earn certain amounts of money. I don't know what it is, but sometimes that whole creative process of I built this gets you re-engaged in the process. So those are my few things that work for me in the book, 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself. There are 100 different things. 96 of them might work for you instead of the 4 that worked for me. So, sorry, Dana. We had the phone ringing here. Okay, so that is fantastic because nobody can do it better than me. And even if I fire myself as a friend for talking frankly to myself, you know, I always forgive myself and get back going again. So again, I don't really need anybody to do it for me when I can do it better myself. So I just wanted to get you thinking about maybe some of the directions that you might want to take in 2017 with your business. You know, there's always, you want to make more money, you know, and I think about 85% of the people who do this business do it for the money. And so even though that's not necessarily my big why, I need to talk about that for the 85% of the people who do it for the money. So number 2 is you might want to earn a trip this year. I know, Pam, you're here. You want to earn a trip this year. You want to go to Puerto Rico, Amelia Island, have a honeymoon. Anyhow, she wants to have a trip. And I know Karen's traveling on her first trip. She's on the call with us today. And so that's a great reason. Another thing is, like, you might want to give yourself a promotion. Some people like to climb the ladder in whatever company they're with. And that's a fun thing to be recognized for at conference. And nothing wrong with seeking a promotion or a title change. Again, all the perks that go with doing that. Do you even know what the perks are? You know, for the different levels. Do you know what the raises are? Are you laser focused on that next level ahead of you with the big picture of where you can go in the future and how much money that approximately means? The company publishes that in our brochures, what the average consultants at each level make. And, you know, honestly, I used to work to have a certain number of directors because there was a spa trip involved with that, and that floated my boat. That made me sail into the wind because I wanted to earn that. So, you know, what are those perks? You might want some fun people to work with. So maybe you need to come to your meeting so you meet the fun people on your team, or maybe you need to create that team yourself. Maybe it's fun hostesses. I have the blessing this month of working with 2 of my favorite hostesses. Not only have they each had over $2,000 shows themselves, they have become friends. I look forward to seeing them. I've done 16 shows with Connie, not Connie Floor, Connie Cease, and I have done about 8 shows with Becky Boyd, and I'm super excited because they're both on my calendar right now. What better way to start out the new year than with a couple of your favorite hostesses? Maybe it's recognition. Maybe you like to get in the #1 slot on the company newsletter, or maybe it's beat your own personal best. That's a great thing to do too. I know Jana Keene had a very successful year this year because she wanted to beat her last year's numbers. She kept them in front of herself, And every single month, Jana on our team went for having a better month than that she had the year before. And so maybe you know what your best month ever was, how many recruits you recruited in 1 month, how many shows you did in 1 month, and you want to have a record-breaking year where you beat your personal best. You don't really care what anybody else is doing. You just want to compete against you. And that's a great opponent to compete against you, is you know what the standard is and you can go out and beat it. Maybe it's a particular dollar amount for each month. I know one of the things that I did to set my own goals this year is a certain number of shows each month and a certain number of sales. And also that I want to have $750 in at the first week of every single month. I want to have my minimum director requirements done in that first week. And I want to have half of the sales of my team requirement, $2,500. And so, you know, I know almost exactly what I need to do to achieve those things. And January, of course, is going to be the hardest month because I had to carry over sales from December. Luckily, I had a bridal shower that didn't want to close until January. And so the very first part of the first week of January, I was able to put in the sales from that bridal show and have my $750. So I figure if I can do $750 the first week in January, I can do it every single month after this. So you know, you set your own personal goals. So maybe it's a monthly thing, a number of recruits each month, to have a stress-free, smart business. That's definitely one of my goals. You know, that's one of the reasons why I like to have my $750 in the very first week, is that it gives me a stress-free business. When I don't have to worry about my business, I can help other people more freely. And so that's just, you know, one of the reasons why I want to do that. Plus, it leads the way to show my director team how to have a stress-free business themselves and not waiting, you know, till the end of the month. So just, you know, trying to set that example. The next thing is consistency. Consistently doing something every single month. Whether it's staying active and doing 2 shows in a 6 month, one show in 6 months and one show in the next month, that you don't have to renew your contract. And I have lots of people on my team who do 2 shows a year. But I'm hoping that you're going to set a higher bar than that. But I love the fact that I don't lose people and that they want to stay a consultant and they can turn that on anytime they need to make extra money. They still have their contract intact with home office and they can submit shows. So hopefully you're going to pick a goal that gets you somewhere. So a lot of times you can earn awards with home office by just doing 1 to 2 shows a month. You can get a little reward. Maybe it's a new product. You know, maybe it's selling $750 and getting the first level of new products so that you feel like you have the new products to offer and show people and be excited about. Maybe like in December, honestly, I was pretty excited about selling $6,000 so that I could get that whole entire, you know, level of new products for free. Free. I love free. So, you know, I don't know what it is, but maybe it's just a certain number of shows each month, a certain number of sales. The next thing is maybe being able to toot your own horn. Sometimes our family doesn't take us working very seriously because we haven't taken our businesses very seriously. And being able to toot your own horn that you have a successful business and that you are achieving what you set out to achieve. I know I wanted to be successful because my mother thought I couldn't be successful in this type of a business, and I wanted the freedom and flexibility that it had to offer, and I wanted to be able to come back to my mom and say, I did that, you know, and it's okay to toot your own horn. And then also, I love the fact, and yeah, I just worked a vendor event this weekend, to be able to say we are a Berkshire Hathaway company, that Warren Buffett owns us, that we are going places, that we have a top CEO who is trained by Warren Buffett, who is leading us. We have exciting things coming in the future. I cannot wait for you to see what the new products are in March. I absolutely cannot wait, because we are pulling out all the stops. Our new vice president, who actually is trained in designing kitchen products, has worked for Pottery Barn. He's been a designer for Williams and Sonoma. He is doing great things, and we are going to have some wow products in March. And you are going to want to start booking your March right now and say, we're going to have the best product line we've ever had with Pampered Chef coming out in March, and I want you to be one of my first hostesses that are able to offer this to your friends and your family. And if you don't like it, you can pick a bone with me later, but I think you're going to be super excited. I can't wait to get one of these products in my very own kitchen, because it reminds me of my grandmother and summers in Kansas City, and I'm super excited. I don't own this product. I don't own this type of product, and I'm very excited. They told us we'd never do it, and we're doing it. So here comes March. Pretty exciting. So the next thing we're going to do is Dina's top 10 ways to be successful with the Pampered Chef. Okay, going to do our little countdown here of top 10 things, and I'm going to be able to fill the rest of the time just by expanding on these top 10 items. So number one way to be successful with the Pampered Chef is to be informed with what the hosts and guest specials are. I know it sounds so simple, but honestly, how can you offer and market what's going on for a hostess to have a show if you're not informed with what the specials are? So I love my little Creative 365 planner that Connie Flora turned us on to. This is the little punch. Anyhow, I love this because I can print the specials and have extra ones in my planner. I can be ready. I can be informed. It's just important. We don't know what March's specials are, but one of the things that really helps me run my business is the multi-monthly special sheet that we post on All-Star, and we try to get out to everybody, where it shows January and February's hostess and guest special all on one page. Normally there's 3 months, but in September and March, when we don't know what the specials are because possibly they're new products, then there's just like 2 months. But I use these at my vendor events to give away to people, to get them excited about the upcoming months of specials and to let them know what their guests are going to get. One of the biggest reasons why a host will book a party is not for the free or the hostess benefits she's going to get, but because her friends are going to get something nice too. So don't forget about marketing that guest special along with the host special. Number 2 is to get excited, and honestly, this is a goal setting call. And you've probably heard goal setting. We get it a lot at church. That we need to goal set and be personally accountable. I've gone to a lot of conferences and leaderships over the years, and a lot of times there's a big goal setting component. And so I just didn't know if I had anything new to offer you tonight when it came down to goal setting. Dana found me some great handouts. We're going to post them. You're going to be able to go through them. But you can't get get on with goal setting until you get excited. The very first time I saw Lynette Almond on our team at a conference in a lime green t-shirt with BAG on the back of it, I was like, what in the world? You couldn't miss her. I mean, it's like the most intense color out there. And she had this on there, and it was big, audacious goals. And I was like, what is that? And she said, it's a book I'm reading. She said, I won't take action if I'm bored. And so I'm going to set this honking big goal, and I'm going to get excited about it. And because I'm excited, I'm going to make it happen. So if you're setting boring goals, you're probably going to forget about them, and you're probably not going to take any action on them. And so maybe you need to have a big, I think it was big, hairy, audacious goals. Yeah, big, hairy, audacious goals. Sorry, I left out one of the descriptive words there. Big, hairy, audacious goals. Maybe you need to just go for it. And don't let anybody give you a reality check and tell you can't do it. You know, because maybe you can. You know, but just by trying, maybe you're going to get 3 or 4 times further than you would have if you didn't set a big, hairy, audacious goal. And what's going to happen if you do and you achieve it? You're going to be really happy. Okay? So make sure that you're excited about your goal. You're excited about products. You're excited about recipes. You're excited about the career plan. You're excited about where you're going. Maybe you're excited about your paycheck and that it's payday. You know, so many people don't realize you could have 2 paydays a month. Sometimes they'll get $5 on the 20th of the month and go, what happened? When they could have gotten $200, $300, $400, you know. I know that I had a pretty nice mid-month paycheck in December, and I had to tell my husband, hey, that's my own personal sales there. You know, make sure you add that into the end of the month stuff too, because you're just getting it early. So make sure that you're getting excited about what's going on. Maybe you're excited about your goal. Number 3, be prepared. How can you do a show if you don't have catalogs? If you don't have recruiting packets or you don't know what you're going to say, how are you going to talk about it? How are you going to get it into their hands? So there's some work that you need to do to get prepared. I know Katie on our team, Katie Woods, is really good at just talking to people and not handing them stuff. So maybe it isn't about having, you know, a catalog for every single person at your show, but having binders with page protectors and 3 catalogs that are going to circulate. Sometimes you're on a budget, but there's a workaround for it. Ask people to bring their device. Ask the hostess if it's okay. If they connect to her internet, have them pulling up the catalog on their phone. Make sure that something isn't stopping you from being successful. So hopefully you can order catalogs on the months that you can earn free paperwork and Pampered Chef dollars. You're doing that kinds of things. Maybe it's, you know, selling at a certain level, so you get $350 worth of free paperwork a year. I love my Pampered Chef dollars that I get from Excellence Awards. Pam's lighting up over here. What, she's like, is this new? But no, not only do you get a beautiful bracelet, or this year $300 for Tiffany's to buy what you want. I have a Pampered Chef bracelet that they gave us at Chairman's Circle that I've been adding charms slowly to, and then they stopped it. And it's a Tiffany's charm bracelet. And I'm super excited about the gift certificate from Tiffany's because I'm going to get charms to finish my Tiffany bracelet. It's the only Tiffany thing I have, but me and I am laser focused on earning Excellence Award this year because I have something concrete. I've gone to the Tiffany's website. I've looked at the charms. I know how much money I have coming in. I know how much the charms cost. I made it real. Okay, so again, being prepared is so, so important. If this doesn't come easy to you, then you should be at your meetings because people can help you. I remember going to a meeting one time at Benita McNeil's house where she had put together these little folders where it had the upcoming monthly specials, it had how much money you made, the commission chart, it had just a little index, and then it had blank pages for the next couple of months so that you could keep adding. And it was just a little teeny tiny thing, but that's what they did at their meeting. And that's what those people needed to hear, is how to get prepared. Maybe you want to all get together and do recruiting packets and then ask questions about what you're going to say. So if you don't have a meeting to go to and you need to go to a meeting, or we need to have a Zoom meeting where we cover these kinds of things and I show you exactly what I put in my host packet, what exactly I put in my show folders, what recipes are exciting me, what recipes I'm choosing. You know, maybe we need to have a be prepared meeting where we do some of the nuts and bolts. But evaluate, yeah, Pam's on with that. Evaluate what is stopping you from being successful. Is it lack of knowledge and training or lack of motivation? It's got to be one of the two. You know, do you not know how to be successful, or are you choosing not to be successful? So sometimes it's a combination of both, but because we know there's tons of material and training online, and you know I answer my phone, you know I call you back. Anybody in my whole line can pick up the phone and call me. You know, are you clicking on these calls? I mean, what if you just get one thing out of these calls that you needed to hear? I mean, I have been in some pretty boring workshops and sat there and went, I could teach this. I could teach it better. I really could. But then I start looking, what is the one thing I can learn by being here? And usually that's the thing that you need to learn, is you have just got to evaluate. Okay, number 4. What's the number 4 way to be successful? Have a place and a time to work. How about that? A schedule, you know? Do you have a place to go to work? When I first started this business, I had 2 milk crates, 2 plastic milk crates. And one of them had the supplies I needed to make hostess packets and show folders and my paperwork stuff. And I could go to where my children were and work those things in the same room while they were watching something or playing a game or watching them play or whatever. And that was my kid-friendly work activities, okay? That went in one box. The other box was almost like my host coaching things, my consultant coaching, and it's where I required some quiet time to do it. And I would take that to my bedroom. And I would lock the door and I would put my husband in charge for 1 hour. And I'd set that timer and I would say, I will be out of the room in 1 hour. And I meant it, you know, and I would just go to work on those things that I had to do alone. And I had those 2 boxes, and that was my place and my time to work. An hour here, an hour there, but I went to work. And so maybe you need to have your place that's kid-friendly and your place that's quiet. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy. I know a gal who ran her business out of a 3-drawer dresser that she bought at a garage sale. And she just had it in her dining room, at the end of her dining room table, and that was her place to work. And everything she needed. I mean, we know that you can make this business complicated, but you can also make it really simple. And having a place to work, place and a time to work. Okay, number 5. You need to be educated on these products. Okay, you cannot be a bore fest. You know, you cannot be boring. You really need to know what people want to know about the products. Not that it's necessarily, it is 17 inches long and it's stainless steel and it has a plastic cover and it has 4 different functions and it has a hook and it's made of metal and plastic composite. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Barbecue Boss, okay? The Barbecue Turner. It's had a couple of names over the years. It used to be the Barbie Boss. Anyhow, it is the Barbecue Turner. Those things I told you about it are all true. But they're boring. You can bore people to death by telling them too much information. What they want to know, and what I say about the Barbecue Turner, is it is the Swiss Army knife of barbecue spatulas. Every guy is going to envy you for having that barbecue spatula. It has a knife on it. It has a juice musher on it. It has a bottle opener on it. And it is incredible. It also has a little fork on it, you know, and it is high quality, and it's the kind of barbecue spatula that you are going to have for 25 years, 30 years. It is going to last forever. It is that high of quality. It is the Swiss Army knife of barbecue spatulas. So how do you sell the products? And how do you learn about them? And I think you need to educate that. And maybe you just need to pick 5 products a week and say, Dina, what do you say about the citrus peeler? Honestly, very little. I figure they can figure out the less expensive things. They need me to spend time on stonewares and rock crocks and what I call the power tools in the business. But the thing is maybe you actually want to know what to say about the Season's Best Recipe Collection, what to say. So educate on the products. Okay, we're halfway done. Number 6, how to be successful in the Pampered Chef business. Yes, I see the kid goofing around back there. Pick great recipes. Absolutely a key thing to do is pick great recipes. If you do bad recipes at your shows, you're not going to get bookings. You're not going to be able to sell the half-price component of the host plan. You're not going to get good sales for your hostess. She's not going to repeat the experience. People aren't going to tell their friends the next day about the incredible food that they had. So absolutely number 6 for being a great consultant is to pick great recipes. Number 7, and I cannot stress this one enough, that is to become an expert on host coaching. That is how you're going to get attendance up at your shows. When you have attendance up, you're more likely to recruit somebody. You're more likely to get bookings. You're more likely to have happy hostesses. You're more likely to have good dollar shows. It all comes down to knowing how to be a good host coach. Again, you don't want to be talking at people. You want to be working and helping with them. So how do you become a friend with your hostess and a partner in her success? So that's a whole entire show or meeting all on its own, is how to be successful at host coaching. But that is definitely number 7. Okay, and once you learn how to be successful at host coaching, that helps you be successful at leading other people on your team. Because the exact same skill that keeps you from being annoying as a hostess coach also helps you learn the skill of being a sincere trainer in the business. You know how to do that. Number 8, watch other successful consultants. Whether it's people who sell on infomercials on TV, whether it's people who are in other industries or other direct selling companies. Hopefully you can get yourself to other people's shows. We used to have a program called Kitchen Show Live, and that's where a different consultant in the area every month did a mock kitchen show for consultants to attend. So you could see how they brought their products into the show, how they interacted with the guests, what they gave out, what recipes they cooked, what key products they sold, how they closed the show with the hostess. And they did a mock kitchen show experience. We have several of those online. You can Google even more. But I do believe watching successful consultants. I know Jane Lair, one of the directors on our team who's very successful, used to let her consultants come over and listen to her get bookings on a Sunday night. Just come listen to how she interacted, how she warmed people up, what she said to get people to have bookings. Another thing that I learned from a team member, Annette Rubino, years ago is how to take a cold lead, warm it up, and get them to book right then and right now. So watching other consultants, borrowing the words that they say. Number 9 on how to be successful and have a successful business in 2017 is going to conference. Going to conference. If you absolutely cannot go to conference, I'm not talking about it's inconvenient. You have 8 months now to plan to go to conference because conference is in August this year. Then how are you going to make up for missing conference? I know I missed conference 2 times in 25 years, and I scrambled to get the knowledge that I needed to be prepared. When I go to conference, I am locked and loaded and ready for the new season. I learned so much. If I have any troubles or any questions or anything, I know that I can ask people in line, in my room, people who are successful, people who earned Excellence Award, people who are in the top 10 with the company. I could problem solve whatever it was that I needed in my business by attending conference and asking people for the information that I needed. I could take a workshop on it. I, could ask the sales team. I could go to technical support. Anyhow, so if you absolutely cannot go, how are you going to make up for it? And I recommend conference by correspondence. Very few people took advantage of listening to the workshops that the company offered for $30. It was a fraction of the cost of going to Chicago. And they missed out on the pizza, but it was still a lot of great information. I know that our meeting on the 19th down at Janet's in Pueblo, we are going to have a pizza taste-off. We're flying in pizzas from Giordano's and Gino's, and Janet's doing half of it, and I'm doing half of it, and we are going to start amping up and getting people excited about conference. Plan who you're going to go with, who you're going to stay with, what you're going to wear, what you're going to, get an award for. 8 months before conference, you can do it. And number 10, the most important thing that you can do to be successful with your Pampered Chef business in 2017, be nice and have fun. That's it. Those are my words of wisdom. People want to be around people who are nice. People want to come to shows that are fun. They want to book more shows that are fun. They want to learn in a fun way. And they want to invite you into their home to meet their family and friends when it has been a positive experience. They want to join your team when you are that person that makes them feel good about themselves. Maybe you're the shoulder to cry on when they need it. But a lot of times you're the person who's going to walk down the lane with them and have a really good time. You're going to go to conference together. You're going to make some memories. I didn't know that I wanted to ride on the L until my office assistant, Dana, said, oh, Sleepless in Seattle. It's on my bucket list. I've got to do that. I want to ride on the L. And we made that happen. It was really fun. Went to Old Navy Pier. And definitely, I borrowed somebody else's bucket list item and made it mine, and it was worth going to conference that year. So, I don't know what it is that's going to really kind of wind yourself up and what it's going to take. But these 10 components, I believe, are the essential things for having a successful business. So I will publish what the top paychecks are. Oops. Am I still there? Ma'am? Okay, I'm still there.
Yeah.
Sorry. It beeped funny at me. I will publish what the top paychecks are for each level in my downline, so you can take a look at maybe trading paychecks for this year. You can say, I want her paycheck. And I'm going to put how many shows she did that in, what her show average was, how many guests were attending, so that you can kind of see how host coaching is the essential part of making that happen. So I hope you have an absolute fabulous 2017, that you get informed for things like the free for all, that you set your goals to go to conference and know how much it's going to cost you and break it down, that you really understand how to set a meaningful goal, that you understand yourself. Do you need to have an extreme goal, like a big, hairy, audacious goal, or do you need to have a measured step-by-step goal? You have to know yourself what's going to work, what's going to motivate you, and how to get back on track if you fall off the wagon, and do the SMART goals. So that's it. We will publish the top 10 ways to be successful in 2017 according to Humble Dina here. After 25 years in the business, I think I can make this list. So have a great time. Thank you for chiming in and listening, and we will get the replay number out. Have a wonderful 2017. Thanks for finishing strong in 2016. Bye.
Bye.